Hello there. This is a teaching coming to you on double entry for beginners. We have a series of teachings on double entry for beginners, covering different scenarios and different situations just to give you, hopefully, an overview and insight, a way, a system, the logic behind learning your double entry. And double entry simply is the double entry principle, and it states that for every debit entry, there must be a corresponding credit entry. So, what do we do in accounts? At least a lot of financial accounts borders upon debit and credit. So, in every transaction, there must be a debit and there must be a credit as well. And there is the acronym DEAD CLICK, which we use to teach the double entry or to just give you a little bit of insight as to what the double entry is all about. And DEAD means you debit expenses, assets, and drawings. CLICK means you credit liabilities, income, and capital. So if there is any income that is increasing, we are saying to you to credit the income account. If there is any situation where capital is increasing, we are saying to you to credit the capital account. And if any situation arises that an asset is increasing, we're saying to you, you debit the asset. That is to say, it's under debt. And it says to you there, if any of these are increasing, you will need to debit the account, and vice versa if it is decreasing. So you do the opposite. If an asset account is decreasing, I paid some money, your bank account is going to be reducing, or the money in your bank account is going to be reducing. That means instead of it to be increasing, it's reducing. That implies to me that it is decreasing, and the bank account is an asset. So if it is decreasing, I expect you to be asking yourself, what side will that entry go onto? It will go onto the credit side. Let's look at some scenarios and try to, get the logic behind it. Please do bear in mind, there is logic behind every situation. The first one says to me, a business receives capital injection of £50,000 into its bank account. Capital injection of £50,000 into the bank. I expect you to be thinking, which accounts will be affected? It says to us, in such situation, the bank account, which is under debt, is increasing. So, I didn't have money in the bank account, or I had £10,000 on the bank account, and then we have received £50,000 capital from the business owner. That means that my balance in the bank account will increase. Bank is under debt. That is to say, it's an asset. So the bank account is affected. And what did we just receive the money for? In regards to capital, that also means that capital account is increasing. If maybe we had capital of £5,000 previously, the business owner has just brought in £50,000. So capital is increasing to £55,000. And that money has been put in the bank account. So the bank is affected and capital is affected. And we know the two accounts are increasing. So we just got arrows in there. That means the bank is under debit, expenses, assets, and drawings. My bank is an asset, so I will debit bank because it is increasing. And I will credit capital. Capital is under click, credit, liabilities, income, and capital. Capital is increasing, so I will credit capital. And there is your journal. Debit bank, credit capital, £50,000. Again, you will see there is logic behind it. If you already know your double entry, oh my days, just hold on to it and keep rolling. But if you do not know your double entry, think about how you can understand the logic behind it so that you're not just cramming it. If you can avoid that, obviously. It then says to us, number 2, a business receives a bank loan of £31,000 into its bank account. into its bank account. Now, what is happening to my bank balance is going to be increasing. I've just received £50,000. And what was that money regarding? It was a loan. The loan is a liability. I then expect you to be asking yourself, what's happening with my liability? In this case, which liability? Bank loan. If I didn't have a loan before, now I've gone to collect £31,000 from the bank. Then you will see you now have a liability. The loan has been established. You have to go and arrange to pay the bank back some money sometime in the near future. So you are owing somebody. Who? The bank. So we call it a bank loan, or we call it the loan account. The loan account is increasing. The bank balance that you have is also increasing. So the two accounts affected, the bank account increasing. So I will debit it is under debt. Loan account is also increasing. I will credit it is under click, because that is a liability. It is increasing. So we debit bank, we credit loan with £31,000. I hope that makes a bit of logical sense. We look at another one. It says to us, in a sole trader or partnership business, if the business owner takes £5,000 drawings in cash from the business, the drawings account, which is under debt, will increase. So you've dipped your hand into the business. That will mean that the business's money, or the cash, or the bank balance, wherever, all the assets of the business will be reducing. So in this case, you are taking cash, you are taking money is going to be reducing. So we have the cash account affected. And what are you taking the money regarding? You are taking that money in regards to drawings. That means that the drawings that the business has given you will increase. Drawings is under debt, debit, expenses, assets, and drawings. So I will see my drawings is increasing. I will debit drawings. My cash balance is reducing in the business, so I will credit cash. Cash again is also an asset which is under debt. So when it is reducing, you do the opposite. You credit that account, in this case cash account. So please do bear in mind there's a bit of logic behind your debits and credits. So as much as possible, try to learn the debits and the credits. In every business, there are always financial transactions which lead to financial documents which need to be posted in the accounts. It is always important to identify the accounts which will be affected by such transaction, and then identify the movement in such accounts, and this will help determine the double entry posting. Then I've got fantastic news. Do you know, if you're using an accounting software, the system will debit and credit for you. I don't need to give myself any headaches and any stress. But of course, I have even better news. You need to know what the system is doing, and that is where your knowledge comes into play. Okay? Please do try to listen to the other recordings, watch the videos, try to learn the logic behind your debit and credit, because it will definitely help you establish a career in accounting. It will help you establish your bookkeeping sort of knowledge. It will help you establish your basic understanding. And of course, if the foundation is set right, the rest of it is nice. Build on, guy. Build on, girl. You know, it becomes better and easier to flow with the gist of double entry and transactions that you're posting. I hope this has been useful. Please feel free to like our pages, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, on Twitter. We have a lot of info that relates to accounts and other content that are going to be useful for you. Please subscribe, like the videos, and keep watching. Thank you. Adios.